Alright, welcome back. This time we move on to July of 2003, in which case Kiss performs in Melbourne, Australia for the Kiss Symphony Alive 4 concert. But obviously, what makes this special is that they play with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, who were all dressed in tuxedos and Kiss makeup. And this concert is actually pretty much separated into 3 acts. The first act is just the band, while the second act is some of the orchestra, and then the third is everybody included. And man, it is such a spectacle to watch. I'm sure some might argue pretentious, but I think this is an incredibly unique and one-of-a-kind experience. I would have killed to have been there live, though, that's for sure. The entire concert is on YouTube for free. I'll put the link in the description, or do one of these little tab things. But man, it is just an absolute blast to watch, let alone listen to it. I just think it sounds amazing. The band is incredible. I love them. Paul still sounds great. I listened to Sonic Boom today. I was like, oh, this was the last album, which he sounds really good, But hey, that's kind of what happens, right? But with the live format, I tell you, I find it more faithful as like in a live sound and style than Alive 3, even though I really liked Alive 3. But it is funny listening to this album because it's like, alright, save for a couple of songs, it's essentially the same set list that you get for the next 20 years, right? And this is also an interesting time if you're a Kiss fan. 2003, they're doing this symphony orchestra Alive 4, even though that the previous tour was the farewell tour. So it's like, you were right to believe that was going to be the end of Kiss, right? I mean, it was advertised for that. But hey, they continue on. Obviously, Ace Frehley's gone. Tommy Thayer, he's on this live performance. He's the new spaceman, obviously. Peter Criss is still here. Actually, he had that famous moment of like destroying his drum set and like throwing shit everywhere for the farewell tour. And then he left, replaced by Eric Singer. But then Peter Criss comes back. He's on this album. And then come 2004, he's gone for good. And then Eric Singer comes back. So it's like this sort of, back and forth stuff going on here. But yeah, pretty interesting time if you're a Kiss fan. Probably feel pretty pissed off. But I don't know. This Alive 4 performance, it just looks incredible. And I would have loved to have been there. And it is kind of interesting with this album to where it is like so largely, like forgotten or neglected or just not even known about. I've seen like a number of people question whether it's like even part of the discography, because it's just kind of there. It's like, oh yeah, I got dropped and then you just move on type of thing. So I wasn't really too sure what to think. I'm like, is this even going to be good? I didn't really know, but man, I was blown away. I thought this was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And you had to think 4 live albums, and each one makes quite the enjoyable listening experience. But for this one, you also got this live performance captured on film and stuff. So yeah, what was it needed in 2003? Were people really begging for another live album? Probably not. It was probably just like Alive 3, more of like a cash grab type thing. But I don't know, man. Whatever. At the end of the day, was it fun? Yeah, it definitely is fun for me to listen to and watch this. So what do you think about Alive 4? If you even knew that this was a thing, I'll be curious if you even knew that this was an album. But if you do, let me know what you think. You love this album, you hate it, I'll be curious. But otherwise, I'll see you guys next time for Sonic Boom. Alright guys, take care.